group. It's Senegal, Iraq and Norway that join them in Group I. Frank Leboeuf is joining us.
That's not a group to take lightly.
No, it's not.
It is
Particularly
not.
with...
No, it is not.
Are you trying to scare Frank?
No, Norway, for example, and Senegal. Senegal, what, this FIFA ranked 16th, something like that. You know, they're a decent side, but that's not a simplistic group for France. And, you know, if I was Frank Leboeuf, I would be slightly concerned, I think.
Frank?
Really?
Well, I could say I don't care. You know, it's a friendly game, blah blah blah. And France didn't play with their all big stars, and like Dembele, Doué, for example. Saliba was also is a little bit injured, so I'm not that worried. But you know, it reminds me of the World Cup that we played in 2002, where everybody was very optimistic about because we had a fantastic forward line with Anelka, Trezeguet, and Thierry Henry. And well, they didn't score one goal during the World Cup. And the last game we played, almost the last game we played, the game before the last we played before the World Cup started was against Belgium at home, and we lost. You know what? 2-1. So I don't want to say it's a kind of a curse or put a curse on the team, but it's not a good thing. It's never good for the confidence. But to judge the national team after that game would be harsh, I would say. And they are preparing. They had a very strong week where they worked hard physically, so they were quite tired. They had 10 changes in the second half. It's when Ivory Coast got better. So I don't want to make any statement. It's not good because for the confidence, it's never a good thing to lose. But I'm not that worried. Let's see how it works.
I don't think France will be in any great danger, but it's certainly looking at the group. It's not one you could have a couple of off. Of course, look, a lot of the third place teams are going to go through. I think Stevie's been saying, oh, Scotland could, you know, teams could go through with 3 points. I think that's what Stevie's hanging on to with Scotland. So you could go through with 3 points, potentially. So, I mean, there's really very little danger of France going out of this thing at all. All I'm saying is it's not a group with most of these teams, particularly Senegal and Norway, that you could have 2 really off days and get away with it. Because
next to it, and a lot to prove. And that's where France starts. So you have to come out the blocks, starting strongly. I don't think you can afford to lose that one and not put in danger your top seed billing in this one. Even in this.
Norway are going to be, I think Norway are going to be a big threat in this competition. They're really strong. They got guys playing all over Europe and good leagues. And they got, you know, who they got up front? They got Sotloth, they got Erling Haaland, they got Strand Larsen, they got Odegaard, they got Oscar Bob, they got all these other players, right? They got a lot of players, good quality players that are solid as a rock. And if they get the service to these guys up front, they're going to cause teams a lot of problem, including France. So it's a group they should get out of as the top team. But I wouldn't believe you go out as a fanfare. And that would be my slight concern for Didier Deschamps.
I think my biggest concern for France is his schedule. They have to start. First game is against Senegal, who I think are almost a little bit of a sleeper in this group, in that a lot is expected of France, a lot is expected of Norway. Senegal come into this as African champions, I say, with an expanded format. It's less about going through, because as Craig rightly points out, many third place teams will. It's about how you get seeded after that. You finish with Norway, and you don't want to hand that initiative, that advantage to the Norwegians. You saw what happened with Italy when they did it in the qualification.
Another thing that, according to what the guy said, you know, about Senegal, you know, and continuing my explanation of what might be a curse, the first game that we played was against Senegal. The second team was Uruguay, and we drew. Hopefully against Iraq, they're going to do something better. And the last game was Denmark, Scandinavian country.
Surprised, particularly with Didier Deschamps coming up and announce. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, has anybody ever announced they're leaving a country and this is their swan song, and they've gone on to win a World Cup in that summer? I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, because usually when you do that, it very rarely
stages. Norway are a very good team. They have some issues defensively, but Craig points out, attacking wise, they are as good as they come. So for me, that's the only concern with France. I just don't feel that the schedule itself is that kind.
The research.
If I may, if I may,
Power in 1990 with West Germany.
Yes, and Aimé Jacquet in 98.
Did Aimé Jacquet in 98 announced that he was going before the tournament started?
Yeah, I would say that.
Well,
would be
that's a hell of
his
it's a hell of a way to go out, and you almost spoiled it for him.
But another the way because of what you have as a forward line, because you have, and we saw today again some mistakes, especially from Konate, that you have to be careful and be really tuned in if you want to achieve something.
Is he doing a bracket for this World Cup?
Hopefully.
He's got a demand.
Germany in against the Nazis, sorry, in the World War II, and they were there with kilts and singing songs. And I thought about you, Craig, about yesterday's show when we see the next picture with you wearing the kilts in France.
Yeah, I saw
I think it was my punishment of laughing at you. Yeah,
No, I saw the video of it, and I wondered what I thought you were Frank. Frank's bracket was it the last World Cup or the
All
last?
the Canadians are hoping so.
Yeah, they are absolutely. Although I don't know.
No,
if
because
he thinks
Frank's
last
bracket
time,
and
no.
that
You know what?
fantastic.
You know what? The curse that I had today at the Canadian in front of the, because we are in Jap in Normandy, and the Canadians rescued us, against.
Not wearing kilts.
Yes, but it felt
He was
like,
angry that we wore kilts 28 years ago.
and then he thought you got on the plane and was playing in the kilts and
No,
walking
he
around
was-
in the kilts.
To say the truth, that he was angry because he said that he didn't think about playing the game, but just wearing that kilt. But it's funny because when I sent him the video about the Canadian country, so you can see all the bad signs. But I want to think that because of the Aimé Jacquet thing, that it's possible for Didier Deschamps to win that World Cup and get out in the best way. So it's nothing is written. You have to be careful. You have to be you have to make sure that you don't carry.
In Canada for 1 minute, and I thought, oh, he's coming early.
Funny
What about with
coincidence
Stevie? They got very angry about it.
Got really
I mean,
angry.
all I said was, look,
He got really angry about them not doing something as well. Like he didn't. The whole point was that Scotland aren't wearing kilts, and he was still angry
no,
about
but he wasn't angry. He was happy at the.
He said, "Do they have a game to play?" He's still in there.
It makes him angry. There's something every day, that isn't there.
You can't explain, Steve.
Well,
Surely we know that.
I'm continually angry, but there's every now and again he goes. And
You can't explain, Steve.
you're right, you're right.
and when you're not expecting it. Yes.
All right, I'll tell you.
yeah,
Gavin, Joe's
he
are
went
actually
to
doing
the
Ah, boy.
previews right now. I was listening to one of them today. They're doing some of the more obscure teams to start things off. Make sure to go and check out the link as well. We didn't expect him to get so worked up about the kilt.
Do we ever
No.
expect anything from
No,
Steve?
it's true. Expected,
Yeah.
unexpected. It's like that unexpected.
Well,
mysteries.
I won't go back over it, but he's very generic description of French people on yesterday's show. I won't even mention it again.
Yeah, what he thought was French national dress as well, Frank.
You see it, yeah.